The Southern University Ag Center recently hosted its 75th Annual Livestock Show. More than 150 4-H and FFA members from across the state traveled to Baton Rouge to exhibit their animals. As TWILA's Karl Wiggers shows us, children also came by the busload to get up close and personal with chickens, goats, and everything else they sing about from old McDonald's farm.
Children lead their prized animals into the ring at the Southern Ag Center's Maurice A. Edmond Arena.
We get kids from all across the state who come here to exhibit, and they have a good time.
One of those kids is Kelsey Bruce, whose father started coming to this very show 20 years ago. Dr. Melian Patan says that's possible because this livestock show is different than most.
Kids can start exhibiting as early as age 7, and that's a little different from some of the other state shows.
We come down here to Baton Rouge to the Southern Livestock Show for 2 reasons. Number one, it enables our kids who are 7 and 8 to come participate because they're not old enough to participate in the LSU show yet. The other thing that I like about coming to this show, it's a little bit smaller, and so for the kids starting out that don't have a lot of experience, they can come here, make sure that they get in the ring, get their animals showed, and it's not as filled up as what the classes are at LSU.
This event was designed to give the youth of Louisiana an opportunity to show their leadership skills by using animals as the tool. So they raise these animals most times for a year or more.
I feed them and water them most of the time and groom them some. The hardest part about it is the pigs, because they won't stay still when you bathe them and stuff like that.
While Kelsey is busy bathing her pigs and brushing her steer, her dad knows that she's leaving this barn with much more than some dirt on her boots.
It teaches teamwork because I got a son and a daughter, so they learn to work together, they learn teamwork. They also learn some communication skills, having to interact with the judge and talk about their animals when they're asked questions and all. So there are things that's learned in the livestock program, just not those that carry on throughout the rest of their life.
Another thing that makes this show different is that those inside the rings aren't the only ones here getting to experience agriculture. Many of these kids are in a different looking classroom today.
It's so much more than just the livestock show. We realize that a lot of the youth who come to the livestock show don't necessarily have an opportunity to see traditional farm animals. They're not really exposed to agriculture. So what we try to do is give them a holistic view of agriculture. We have a station that features farm animals. We have a petting zoo because quite a few of them have never had an opportunity to touch a real animal outside of a cat or dog.
This year they had more than 300 total market animals on site, including beef and dairy cattle, broiler chickens, lambs, goats, and hogs. To learn more about how to get involved in 4-H or FFA, or to find out about the next events that Southern Ag Center will be hosting, head over to our website at twilatv.org. And Avery, it's really neat to see Kelsey and to see how they're getting started at such a young age. She's 7 years old, and she's taking care of her own animals and showing them, and it's gonna, I don't even think she understands how much she's gonna be ahead of the game, benefit from having these skills that she's learning in the arena right now with her dad and showing these animals.
It's a lot of learning responsibility, and you and I always talk about on and off camera about how folks in 4-H, folks in FFA, they're so well spoken, they're so ahead of the game, they're so mature for their age, and I think this is really what fosters it.
They are, and Lance mentioned something really neat to me, and I never even thought about it, but in the ring, they have to talk to the judges at times when the judge asks questions about their animal, and that teaches, I mean, you're talking about a 7-year-old talking to a grown man or a grown woman about their animal and being able to articulate things, and that was something I never thought about, but that's a part of it too, speaking and being able to communicate things. That's pretty impressive.
Maybe you and I need to start showing animals. We'd be able to speak a heck of a lot better on this set.
It's worth a shot.
All right, thank you very much, Karl Wiggers.